Hi there guys, I have another skincare tutorial for you, one of like 975 that I've made in the last week. Anyway, I wanted to do a review on the Pond's Cold Cream, and I kind of wanted to do a little bit of I do want to do a review, but I also want to do a comparison to a cold cream I reviewed, just in case people are wondering that have seen this. I reviewed this cleansing cream as being the best cleansing cream on the face of the planet. And it is. It totally is. I believe it. It's amazing. I love it. It's my favorite. I do want to do a comparison video with the Ponds though, because I think that would be fun. And I have them both. So this is not the jar I showed you a couple days ago. That one is my open jar that I'm about halfway through. This is my backup jar. Look how pretty. Ah, it smells so good. It smells amazing. Now it doesn't smell just like the Ponds. The Ponds, this is more of like a waxy floral kind of smell, which it still smells really, really good. I'll just put that back there. Oh, if you didn't watch my other video, duh. This is Merle Norman, and it's amazing. It has just a couple ingredients. It's super thick and dense. I'll talk about that in a second when I do the comparison. I will leave the information where you can purchase this. This is really hard to purchase, I feel like. I moved around, and basically unless I could find a Merle Norman near me, which is, like I said in my other video, it is definitely an older company. But I also said, who is better to make a cold cream than a company that was around, which Pond's was too. So honestly, this is it, kids. This is it. As far as cold creams go, these are the last men standing right here. Though I can't think of any other that are as old as these two, that have like been around forever, that are currently still around. Jaffer used to make one, everybody used to make one, and they don't anymore. So anyway, it's hard to get because the only way you can get it is if you walk into a store and buy it. Well, I found a lady out of Beaverton, Oregon that mails from her store. And not only does she mail, she gives me free shipping. So I did call her, as I talk about in my other video, and she did say she would do free shipping to anybody that calls and orders some. So order it. $25 for this huge one. Then there's one that's about half this size, actually a little bit less than half this size, that's kind of a better vanity top one. It would be more of like this size, and that's $20. So $20 for this size, or $25 for this size. So get this size, free shipping, and Oregon no tax. So you can, I'll leave her information below if you want to order that. Very dense, thick one. Sorry, I've got my nightie on, I've got my jammies on, my little robe on. I'm gonna roll my sleeves. Have really fun, pretty lacy sleeves, and I'm just gonna roll them back so they don't get all super dirty since I'm taking my makeup off. I just did this messy bun. It's just a little 1 minute, super quick messy bun. I did this video, then I did my face, which is a all drugstore quickie face. And then I did a chapstick video on like the best chapsticks ever. So go check those out if any of that sounds even remotely interesting to you. So Pond's Cold Cream, been around forever. Smells amazing, you guys. I'm such a smell person. All my videos, like the thumbnail video that's on the thing, for that one I was smelling it. Should I have that for this too? I mean, I'm so about smell. So I'm just gonna jump right into the demo. I make sure I have my washcloth here. Got my wash basin full of water. I'm at my vanity. I got my nighties on, comfies. So yes, been around forever. Now I do really like this cold cream if I'm gonna compare it to other stripping cleansers. This would be my choice right here. Love this cleansing cream. Super love. Does it work well? Yes. Check. Does it smell amazing? Double check. And same with my other one. I'm just going to use this how I use it personally, me. And I do a quick facial massage. This one's nice and easy to do a facial massage with because it's so fluid. This is definitely a very different texture than the other cleansing cream. This instantly melts into an oil. It's extremely greasy and thin. I mean, it's just like the most watery cream cleanser that there is. I don't know, that's the only way I can put it. I don't know another cream cleanser that's as watery as this one. It's very watery. Now, I don't have anything on my lips, it's just chapstick. After my chapstick review. And I don't want to irritate them. I try to avoid my lips. So as you can see, this is melting off absolutely all of my makeup. So it works really well. And I'm going to do my eyes in a second. So to finish my massage, first I do this. Then I push right behind my fingertips here. Close my eyes. Right behind my middle fingers, right behind there. There's lymph glands. And I just, you'll notice as soon as I start doing that, you start swallowing. It's like you can feel the drainage just doing what it's supposed to do. And then I just go kind of middle out, outward, middle out, and then the jawline. I am going to go on and do my eyes. I probably should have been letting that sit there for a second. So we'll see how easily this dissolves my eye makeup. The Merle Norman one works really quickly. And I think this one does too, if I remember correctly. Sorry that doing that lymph massage, you definitely get the sniffles and you find yourself swallowing a lot. You can definitely feel that drainage. The reason that I do that, and if I just want to let this sit on my eyes, like say that I got a late start basically putting it on my eyes because I did it last. If I'm at home, I typically do it first, but I wanted to be able to see the camera. While it's sitting there, I'll finish doing my massage. And I started doing this, I talked about this in another video, I started doing that because I was starting to notice some puffiness through here. And ever since I started doing that, I haven't had any puffiness. And I try to do it every day. Looking good. So this is not really water soluble. You can't just, like with a lot of cleansing creams, you can't just dunk your head in the sink right now and have it wash away in 2 seconds. It is more of an oily product. So I feel like a washcloth is pretty mandatory. I'm going to rinse this washcloth and then come back for a So the one thing I can say is my eyes burn just a little bit right now. And also, not only do they burn, when I open my eyes, my eyeballs kind of feel oily. Like basically, kind of if you use a like a deep cleansing oil, if you're trying to use a washcloth and not rinse it off directly, just using the sink. I always, just with the deep cleansing oil, I always get that in my eyes, and then my eyes are like foggy for a while, you know. I don't know if you know what I'm talking about, but basically it does get in your eyes. The oils get in your eyes. So here's my review on this. I love it. It works really well. It smells amazing. I used to use it quite often, and then I discovered the Merle Norman one. Basically, to sum up, my eyeballs are foggy with grease right now. And so, although the fluidness of this is kind of one of its perks for some people. Sorry, I'm just going to go over my eyes one more time. They're definitely foggy, and the it does burn my eyes a little bit, but there might be a lot of people that it doesn't burn their eyes. I tend to kind of have sensitive eyes in that way. So, actually, to finish this review, I'm going to actually use this properly. To use this properly, they did what I just did, and then this was a multi-purpose cream. That's why it's called multi-purpose cream. This is the original, by the way. Then they would use it as a lotion. It wasn't just a cleanser. It was a cleanser and a lotion. So then they would, after they washed it off, they would add a little bit more, and that was their moisturizer for the night. And there's actually a lot of professionals in the industry that think that Pond's used to be the biggest and the best a long time ago, and they were just, it was definitely, they were the most popular. They were kind of the main cleansing cream, and that's what you did. Is it was a multi-purpose cream. You used it to cleanse, and then you applied a little bit more right before you went to bed for your moisturizer. And that's kind of all there really was multi-purpose creams. Well, then they got the brilliant idea of, hey, let's make more money, and let's create a cream that's maybe a little bit thicker, not so thin in consistency, and call that the dry skin cream. So then they have to buy 2 products from us, not just 1. So you have this, and actually I have it in the other room, but my baby's sleeping, so I probably won't. Actually, I have it in this room. Hang on just a second. You guys, sometimes being a hoarder pays off, huh? Boom. Pond's Dry Skin Cream. So they went from just this, all of a sudden, let's sell them 1 more product. And they created this. What that did was it opened up a whole new world for companies to come in, screw the cleansing cream, they can use Pond's. We'll create a super, super amazing moisturizer and give Pond's some competition. So there's a lot of people that think that was almost a little bit of Pond's downfall, was that they created this, because it opened this world, this idea that it didn't have to be a multi-purpose cream. It could be just an anti-aging cream and let somebody else make the cleanser, kind of. And so all of a sudden, from that moment on, the market was flooded with just moisturizers rather than the 2-in-1. And then they had a lot of competition forever. So I will put some of this on. This is actually brand new. I have not used this. Oh, it smells so good. So this one I would say is kind of a rose throw, like definitely a rose, vintage rose smell. This one's a little vintage, but you know what? This one is more of a jasmine. But they're both florals. This is more of a jasmine. So I'm going to scoop up about that much of this. And I really like this moisturizer too. If you're on a budget, and I mean, try it even if you have breakouts. This stuff has never made me break out. So it is a little thicker. It definitely has a little bit stronger of a smell. Again, it's more of a jasmine smell. I mean, it almost smells like there's 1 drop of jasmine essential oil in this whole thing, and that's it. It's definitely a heavy floral smell. But both of these items are 5-star rated on any website you could ever find them on. Little old ladies are using this until they die. They are just loving it. So they both have fairly minimal. I get less skin irritation from this. I get less eye irritation from this. It's so thick. It leaves such a thick moisture barrier behind. I mean, you can have a piping hot washcloth and wash this sucker off, wipe it all away. You still will have a layer on your skin. And if you have sensitive skin, go with this. Go with this. Oh my gosh. Because honestly, if you saw my other video, if you're curious, go watch it. If you have sensitive skin at all, that fixed my sensitive skin. As long as I use that before I use crazy anti-aging serums, crazy toners, crazy this, crazy that. Maybe I want to use a serum to help clear out my pores a little bit if they get a little clogged, even though I'm not having massive breakouts. A retinol nighttime product, anything you actually want to penetrate your skin. If you're sensitive, if you use that to cleanse and then do all those steps on top of it, it has such a nice barrier on your face. It just seals everything in, protects it. And I said it in my other video, the woman that I buy from, she's in Beaverton, Oregon, and she swears to me when I called to order that. She has the cutest accent, and she just said, you would not believe the older women that are like 60, 70, 80, 90 that come in to buy that. She said their skin is so beautiful. It's so just hydrated and like squishy and shiny, no wrinkles whatsoever. And one of my sensitive skin, any rashiness I had here, any irritation I had here, I was getting irritation, I was getting really red around here, and that is all just a thing of the past with that cleansing cream, because it leaves such a nice protective barrier. So thank you for watching this video. Again, I do approve of the Pond's items. I do think they're nice, and I do think they work well. If you want to go buy them, knock yourself out. As far as a comparison, I do think that the Merle Norman one works better, and I think it hydrates better, and I do think it's better for sensitive skin. It does not irritate my eyes, and I just don't get any irritation from it. Anyway, thank you for watching. Good night.